Hello everyone, we are still under government, and this time it is the attributes of government, all right, that we are looking at. By attributes, what we mean is the features or the characteristics, those things that are embedded that you must find therein. They are the attributes of government, all right. Number one, law. Every government must have law, all right. There is no government without law. Even from our introduction, I earlier said, without law, there will be state of what? Anarchy. All right? Yes. It is to forestall or prevent anarchy or lawlessness that government needs what they call law. And the law is made to steer the ship of the state successfully together. All right? And to regulate the activities of citizens. All right? And the organ of government that makes this law is the legislature. All right? And the organ that maintains this law and order is the executive organ. All right? We earlier said that. So it is a paramount feature of what? Government. Or then we have political power. Political power is a very strong attribute of government. All right? Yes. Right from the federal to the states and local governments. People vie for different political offices in order for them to achieve that or get that political power to be able to govern the people within their area, okay, or geographical area concerned. All right. So, president, for example, has the political power of governing the entire country. All right. The governor has the political power of governing the states. All right. While the local government chairman has the political power of governing the local government. All right. So every government has the attribute of political power, and you achieve political power through elections. Okay. During elections, you come out, you aspire. All right. Then, if you are eventually locking your own political party, you are taking. All right. Then you stand as a standard bearer. If you win the election, then of course you have that political power. As our president is now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he has the political power to govern the states, all right, to govern Nigeria, that is. Then as Obaseki is in Edo State, he has the political power to govern the whole Edo State, all right. Yes. And then we have the local government chairman, all right, having the words political power to govern the local governments that they are. Then we talk about legitimacy. Legitimacy simply means the acceptance of the government by the citizens. All right? Before you can say this is a real government, your government should be accorded legitimacy or general acceptance by the citizens. If your government is not accepted, then it is termed an illegitimate government. For example, military system of government is known to be illegitimate. Why? Because they don't come to government through elections. Rather, they seize power by force, which we refer to as coup d'etat. All right? Every government that comes to office through elections should, of course, enjoy what we call legitimacy. All right? Because it is actually a reflection of popular support. All right? So that's that. Then we have periodic change. All right? Every government of a state or country is known to possess an attribute of periodic change. One man cannot be president forever. One man cannot be governor forever. One man cannot be senator forever. All right? And that is why we have this periodic change. For example, in the area of presidential or presidency, all right, it is every 4 years that presidential election and even governorship elections are conducted in Nigeria. If Tinubu has spent, 4 years, there will be a need for periodic change, and they will conduct another election. That will be 2027. All right, and different political parties, different persons will come out again to vie for that political office. Anybody that wins is given that political power. All right, so there is periodic change. Okay, you cannot be governor for 8 years throughout. No. Okay, you rule for 4 years, then maximum of 8 years. That's 2 terms. After your 4 years, then another election is conducted. Then if you win, you continue. If you do not win, the person that wins takes over from you. Then we talk about protection. Every government has the attribute of protecting the lives and properties of the citizens. All right, why are you there if you cannot protect the lives and properties of the citizens? Through the police, through the courts, through the armed forces, the lives of the citizens and even their properties, everything protected. For example, the citizens are protected against any form of external aggression by members of the armed forces. Then the police officers within the state or country make sure that the laws and orders are, maintained. Then if anybody, encroaches on the constitution, the person can be sued and the judiciary takes over and then deals with the issue in accordance with the provisions of the law. Then we talk about importance of studying government. Why do we even study government? What do you think are the needs for us to study government? Then types of systems. The study of government makes us know the types of systems being run in the political space. All right. For example, if you study government, we get to know the type of system we run in our country. If it is presidential system, we get to know where we have the head of state as the same person as the head of government. Then you still get to know if it is the parliamentary system that we operate, where the head of state is different from the head of government. For example, in Nigeria, what we practice is the presidential system of government, where the head of government is the president, all right, that performs the real executive functions, and the head of state is still the president that performs ceremonial functions. All right, so it means President Tinubu is both the head of state and head of government. All right, so the powers are fused in the presidential system of government. All right, yes. Then you talk about the parliamentary system. It is the study of government that makes you know all of this. If you study government, you will know that Britain does not practice presidential system of government. All right, Britain practices what they call the cabinet or the parliamentary system of government, where the head of state is different from the head of government. In Britain, the head of what government is the prime minister, all right, that is selected from the parliament. Then the head of state, in Britain, the head of state is a monarchical head, is hereditary. That's King Charles III, all right, that succeeded the mother Queen Elizabeth II. Okay, so that's what you find there. So it is the study of government that will make you know all of this. The study of government will also make you know the different types of parties in existence, whether we practice one-party system, zero-party system, or multi-party system. Because we study government, we get to know that in Nigeria, the kind of party system we practice is multi-party system, because there are different political parties. Then we know the political education, all right? People are enlightened, politically. You get to know the reason why you should participate in politics or the reason why you should not participate in politics. All right, because you are enlightened about the past events, the present, and how the future is likely to look like through political education. All right, you are enlightened. Then you talk about opportunity for leadership. It is when you have been enlightened politically that you now have that zeal to vie for any political office. If you don't know what to do, you cannot vie for any political office. All right, so there is opportunity for leadership by the time you study government. You get to know how to run the government. You don't go into what you don't know. It is only when you study government that you can get to see that, okay, if this is how government is being run, then of course I can do it. All right, is then you now see people coming up to say, I want to run for the position of local government chairman, I want to run for the position of the governor. It is because they have studied government in and out and they have seen that, okay, I can do this thing. Then we talk about conflict resolution. That's one of, government ensures that you are able to resolve conflict. By the time you study government very well, all right, it makes you see how conflicts are being resolved. Through our study of government, we get to know that conflict can be resolved through the law courts. All right, we get to know that laws can be maintained through the police force. All right, if we do not study government and we are illiterate, we may not know. All right, those bodies that are responsible rather for all of those functions. Then fundamental rights. All right, according to the United Nations Organization Declaration of Human Rights, adopted by nations of the world. All right, there are certain inalienable rights enjoyed by the citizens. of a given country. Such rights include right to life, that everybody has the right to life, and no one shall have that right to take that life from you. Everybody has the right to freedom of religion and association. You can be a Christian, you can be a Muslim, you can be a traditional worshiper, all right? Nobody has the right to, deny you of such right. You can have the right to own a property, all right? Nobody can take that right away from you. Then you have right to freedom of movement. You can move from here to Sokoto, from Sokoto to Calabar, you can live anywhere. Nobody has the right to deny you of such right. It is when you study government through the constitution that you will get to know that you have such rights. If you don't study government, you wouldn't know that you have such rights. All right? That's when they will say ignorance is a very bad thing. All right? So if you are not informed, you are deformed. So we don't have mistakes of past leaders. It is through the study of your government historically that you get to know the mistake of past leaders. So in the course of trying to vote in any election, you wouldn't want to repeat such mistakes. That's why you want to vote for a credible candidate that can steer the ship of the state successfully. All right, it's your ability to study. If you are someone that doesn't study, you don't even know how the government, past government has been, you will still vote for a wrong candidate that will emerge to torture you. All right, in such a way that it wouldn't favor you in any way. Then you talk about to widen people's knowledge. Generally, government is studied in school and anywhere so as to widen people's knowledge about the political institutions and political activities of the state. Broadens or broaden your horizon, makes you see how the world operates at large, not just within where you are residing, but the entire world at large. And that's that. In our next class, we shall look at the various organs of government.